Well, at Midwest Academy, we value individuality.
Esta cinta.
There's not this need to look like everyone else, sound like everyone else, do the possibly cool thing. There's a respect for who these students are, their passions, their creativity.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. The theme of our school and the general idea is it's a great place for kids that struggle to fit in somewhere else. And you know, there's not one prototypical student here. It could be somebody who's extremely bright but socially, you know, struggles a little bit. It can be somebody who just has some learning problems, but otherwise they don't have any issues. It's maybe somebody who just feels really, really left out in a large setting. So there's a variety of kids that we work well with.
A lot of kids need a smaller school with individual attention, which is what this school has.
But they say that they're very sweet.
What was that, Catherine?
I gave my book to you.
With Nick, he's had learning disabilities his whole life, and we just suffered through years and years in the public school, and they just weren't helping him. And so right in the middle of his 6th grade year, I pulled him out and enrolled him here. So he started out 3 years below grade level.
For Nick, he was one that would, if I asked him a question in class, he would immediately look at all the other students in the class to see if they're watching. And we get a lot of that because they're used to, in a public setting, if they're called on, being made fun of if they can't answer something, if it's obvious. And so he would have stage fright.
I remember hearing that Einstein, he was tricked into giving the government the atom bomb secrets.
Adrian went to a mainstream school. You know, she's intelligent, you know, good student, all that stuff, but socially she was way different than her peers in her class. It just got a little rough. She hated her old school. Every morning it was trying to get her out of bed, trying to get her to eat breakfast, trying to get her in the car to go to school. She just fought it all the way.
Why did you choose that as your favorite?
Tom's story is very different. Tom developed epilepsy when he was in 3rd grade, and he had so many seizures that he started developing some learning disabilities in reading comprehension and writing speed.
Tom socially understood the way the world works, but academically he had some issues that were holding him back. And that's really where their self-esteem starts to drop. Because academically, I'm not where all the rest of my friends are. And what's wrong with me? Why can't I do what they can do?
The academics are personalized and geared to the student. I have students come interested in entering the school who at 10 years old already say, I'm stupid, I know I'm stupid. That's way too young to be having those kind of feelings. So we reconnect students to school and learning.
The first day I got here, usually when I get in a new grade, you don't feel comfortable, or a new school. And when I got here, I felt like home.
When Tom came here, I think it gave him the chance to be himself, and even within the class. And so as soon as he started to feel comfortable enough to ask questions and to say, I don't get that, I don't understand that, and let us address why he wasn't understanding things, give him the strategy so that he could understand, his self-esteem skyrocketed.
He got straight A's this year. It's the first time he's ever gotten straight A's. He is so proud of himself. He's a leader. He's able to take a leadership role, and he just is so happy. He loves it.
I started out in my 6th grade year here, and the first day I came in and I made about 5 new friends, some who've left, and I still have most of those friends today. Yeah, so by the end of the day I was fine. For the first time in my life, I actually told my mom after my first day of school, for the first time you're going to hear this and you probably need to sit down because you're going to have a heart attack. I want to go back to school.
He's all caught up, he's doing great, he's getting straight A's and B's, he's happy. And it's not that he can't learn, it's just that he learns differently. And the public schools just weren't set up to be able to accommodate that.
There's more one-on-one attention to the people who need it. If you're bad at like math, the math teacher will say, come to me at lunch, or I'll stay after if you need help.
Oh no,
that's okay. Adrian's really interesting because she's extremely bright, but Adrian struggles a little bit in expressing herself. And I think she probably was greatly misunderstood by classmates and probably by teachers because of that.
I've got an unnatural obsession with Japan. If reincarnation is real, I was probably Japanese in a past life. And I also like to write. I hope to be an author someday when I grow up.
She has so many great ideas, and so we're really wanting to bring that creative side of her out. And she is just so insightful, and so the other kids appreciate that in her. So instead of being made fun of or teased because of the way that she responds to things, now she's more looked at as, wow, look at how bright she is and look at what a great asset she is.
A lot of the kids that come to school here were bullied at their old school. So a lot of the kids here are very sensitive to that.
The older students watch out for the younger students because they've had bad experiences at their old schools, that they want to make sure that the younger students don't end up having to go through what they did and stuff like that.
Have a good rest of the day.
Adam was a child who basically just had school anxiety. He was just sinking and becoming extremely depressed.
It was just such a big school, about 5,000 kids, that unless you were the top athlete there or the smartest person, you really were just a nobody there. You're just kind of a number. And it was just a very rough time in my life.
The students with school anxiety, when they come to a school that accepts them, that is open to all diverse kinds of students, has small classes and a warm atmosphere, they just blossom. Because a lot of their anxiety has been because they don't quite fit. And they don't have to fit at Midwest, they just have to be themselves.
It was just amazing. I went from F's and D's to straight A's. The teachers brought talents out that I didn't even know I had, and they showed them to me, and they were proud of me. They were proud of all of us.
To me, Midwest Academy wasn't just a place to go to learn, but a place that opened my eyes to so many more possibilities than any public school could offer.
I've never loved a place so much as I love this school. It's not just the school itself, though. But what makes the school, the teachers, staff, and the students. It's a place that I always felt I could be myself and be accepted for me. Even on the days when I was a grouch, hyper, or just plain odd. I never for a second felt unloved.
Hopefully one day I'll be able to come back here and teach. I mean, that's my main dream. It would be amazing to come back here and just be the teacher that the teachers were to me. Being able to give back to this school what they gave to me.
I don't think the teachers really understand what a huge difference. I mean, just the stress level goes down. And, you know, for the first time in your life, you can almost see your kids like true personality because they're so much more relaxed, they're so much more confident, and they're engaged. They buy into the process.
In 10 plus years here, the comment that means the most to me is you've given us our child back. Meaning we can be a parent again. We don't feel like we have to reteach everything at home that they're being taught at school because they didn't understand it when they were in school. Now all we have to do is be their parent.
We don't consider failure an option because students came to us for a second chance. Parents come to us for a second chance.
They get a really good education here, and I have yet to find anything that matches it. It is a one-of-a-kind school.